it's me. It's Emanuelle McIntosh. I hope you guys had a magical start of the day. And I want to welcome you to another episode of Daily Words of Wisdom. So let's go and take a look at the quote for today. Okay, so spirits always tell us that self-love is the key to happiness because when we are in a vibration of self-love, we really reside in that higher vibrational energy frequency, which can only attract and manifest more of those kind of experiences. That's just how the law of attraction works. But how do we really love ourselves? That's a big question to many people because so many of us really understand that conceptually, but we don't always know how to experience self-love on that emotional and spiritual level. Most people will start to indulge themselves, whether they do that with eating certain foods, going on a shopping spree, getting that car they always wanted, getting massages and manicures and pedicures. We find different ways to make ourselves happy, but unfortunately, really all of those things just don't really lead to that deep, everlasting self-love, does it? Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Those are all fun things to do and really have. And you can reward yourself in that way from time to time. But unfortunately, these kind of feeble attempts to make yourself happy are really at best a form of temporary distraction. And even a lot of times, all that indulging may change form and really turn into an even more destructive behavior pattern, than it was before. Like, for example, it could turn into overspending your financial means. You're just spending too much money, or you start to consume the wrong foods. I'm going to have that pie, I'm going to have that cake, I'm going to have that chocolate. Sometimes it can even lead to abuse of alcohol or drugs or even sex. It can lead to overeating or emotional eating. So loving yourself in this way really could lead you to feeling even worse than you ever did before. And then we start feeling guilty and we start feeling depressed and anxious and even hopeless that happiness can never be achieved, that it's just not going to be for you, it's not going to happen for you. So how do we receive and achieve real self-love? How do we get that real sense of happiness within? And I think the answer lays within your soul. You see, the ego is always going to want more. As soon as you get that car, you will want to upgrade to an even better model. As soon as you buy those boots, you're going to want to buy a pair of other shoes, or you're going to want to buy a whole outfit that matches the boots. As soon as you eat that piece of chocolate, you'll be craving another piece, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So unfortunately, the ego always wants more and more, and so the ego is never satisfied. Luckily for us, our soul can be satisfied. So there is hope, people. So love and honor your truest self, your soul energy, by really listening to what it truly desires and acting upon that rhythm of your heart, that natural flow that comes from within you. It's really about listening to the music that plays inside and allowing it to come out. And you have to ask yourself, what is your heart truly telling you? What are your dreams? What makes you happy? So I think the first step to finding and achieving self-love is really to start to focus on the little things that bring you joy and then allowing them to grow and expand. It's about finding those little things that bring you joy and then trying to expand those moments in number. Because, many times it's the simple things that can really bring you the greatest and really the deepest feelings of happiness and joy. So, for example, if you're like me, as an empath, I love being in nature. It makes me feel great, makes me feel re-energized. It makes me feel like life is worth living. So that's kind of my thing to do. You know, if you're like me and being in nature makes you happy and makes you feel good, then obligate yourself to create more time to go and enjoy nature's healing energy. You know, it's wonderful smells, it's colors, it's beautiful sights, it's sceneries. You know, a lot of times I will go to the North Sea and I will take a stroll on the beach and just allow the gentle breeze to touch my skin. It's almost like the wind blows all your worries away. That's what it feels like to me. You know, there's nothing else that really uplifts me like nature. So it's about creating steady times every week where you allow yourself to indulge in Mother Earth's energies and healing powers. And this way, uplifting yourself and your self love. Another great time to create moments of happiness and self-love is really to spend to have fun time with friends, with family, with your pets, with your children, really kind of creating uninterrupted playtime with your child for example. You know, it can really kind of, I mean, children, just their laughs and their smiles and their worriness really can elevate your frequency. It makes your heart swell with this unconditional love and inspiration, you know, and it just creates self-love. Or you can create playtime, special playtime with you and your pet, you know, because pets really can fill your essence with a deep sense of peace and balance and harmony. And again, unconditional love, which then allows you to love yourself because you're loving yourself by allowing yourself to have moments of joy and happiness and love. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And so another great tool, which I think is one of the best ones, is music. Music is a great healing tool and is used universal. You know, it doesn't matter where you go. Vibrational frequencies of sound waves are universal healers. Why? Because sound waves can penetrate every cell in your body. You know, everything else is very outwards, isn't it? You know, a hug is very outwards. But sound is a very intimate kind of thing, isn't it? Because sound actually penetrates your body. It vibrates through your body, therefore uplifting and cleansing and healing every cell in your body. So it can loosen up blockages. It can literally elevate heart rate. It can literally elevate fluctuations in blood flow and so on and so forth. So it really has a very powerful healing effect on people. It can make you feel better emotionally. You know, a lot of times we'll feel down and all of a sudden there's this song that'll pop up on the radio and it'll talk about not giving up, you have a friend, things like that, you know. The universe, spirit, your spiritual teams, they love using music to get to you, to reach you, to help you, to soothe you, to love you. So allow music in your heart and it will really elevate your existence to a higher frequency. So make some music time once a day. Make sure you sing along or just listen to some classical music. You know, Beethoven is great to elevate that frequency and so on and so forth. So know and understand that music is also part of the heavenly realms. Okay, so that is a universal thing. So ultimately, what your heart desires more than anything is really to feel your connection with all that is, with life, with love. It wants to feel grounded in this chosen incarnation because, man, you didn't just end up here by accident. You chose this with reason and intention and purpose, and you knew exactly what you were going into, but you also knew exactly that you have the power to change anything and create anything. Okay, so that's why we keep returning. A lot of people tell me, I don't ever want to come back. Well, you keep returning because you know and understand how powerful you are. But once we get here, we tell ourselves, we convince ourselves that we are not powerful at all. So it's about changing that perspective as well. But to self-love is to give and to receive love. It is to share your passion with the world, with your community, with others. It is to inspire and share your gifts with everybody around you. that's what it truly means to love yourself. It's about challenging yourself to step into your dream. You know, loving yourself is going beyond all the anxiety and the doubts and the fears and the worries that have held you back up until this point. Self-love means asking yourself, why not? You know, when it comes to going for your dream and encouraging yourself every step of the way. It's about having the courage to feel your feelings, even the ones that are painful, even the ones that are not comfortable. It's about allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judging them or without judging yourself. It's about embracing yourself when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling lonely, with love and respect. You know, it's about loving yourself. Just, it takes determination, okay? Loving yourself takes determination. It takes willpower. It takes self-discipline. It takes practice. Many people have an idea of what self-love is, but they don't turn it into a daily practice, and that's where the difference is. It's the willingness to pick yourself up when life throws you a curveball, even when you're hurting, lifting yourself up, because you have to be your best friend. You have to be your biggest fan. You know, it's reminding yourself every day just how strong you really are, just how powerful you really are. It's about knowing that you're never alone, because you are part of an eternal, infinite, and interconnected universe. You're part of all that is. Therefore, everyone is witnessing your journey, even if it doesn't look like that from a human perspective. All spirits are witnessing what you're doing, what you're creating, what you are guiding yourself to do. It's about breathing and sitting patiently instead of going into emotional eating and plundering your refrigerator. It's about, you know, to love yourself is really to whisper into your heart, I love you, always. Because if you can't say it to yourself, then how do you expect others to say it to you? You know, it's about telling yourself how much you respect yourself, how much you love yourself, and then gently challenging yourself to take the next step in the mystery of your journey ahead, in the mystery of your life path. So love yourself daily. Start today. I love you, and I hope you get some inspiration out of this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.